there we come to that question of what is American dream in comparison to Russian dream. In Russia, for instance, somebody is telling the person like, okay, don't worry about anything. Just go to bed. In the morning, you will be rich and famous. I don't know if it's in the blood, but this is how people get rich over it. What American dream is will be rewarded in accordance to their talent and hard work.
Okay, guys, Vladimir Kush here today. Got a lot of art here. First artist on the show. Thanks for coming, man.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm getting into art now. So I was researching who's an artist in Vegas, and your name came up.
Oh, I'm honored.
Yeah, you brought some beautiful pieces here. I don't even know where to start, but we got this. Is this a butterfly apple?
It's a butterfly apple, yes. And the Route 66 here, and we have some other stuff.
Nice. Which one of these is the most recent one you made?
Recent sculpture is this.
Oh yeah,
the butterfly apple. We just custom it. Not the idea, but the bronze itself.
How did you come up with that idea?
This was, this is a process that is hard to explain, and then this piece probably is just the best to explain the creative process.
Okay.
If we imagine that the caterpillar's idea, then it goes into this apple and makes an invisible route inside. It's invisible to the artist himself. So sometimes it takes a long and very complicated route to make it, to come out as a butterfly wings,
Wow.
as a butterfly.
I love that.
So that's the reason I brought this piece in, because it illustrates the creative process, which is partially unknown to the artist himself, and especially for the outsider.
Right, because it's just subconscious thoughts, right?
Yeah, the fact is that there's a butterfly is like a miracle. That's why I'm comparing it to the life cycle of the butterfly. And butterfly is a symbol in many different cultures because of the fact that it illustrates the whole life cycle, from the caterpillar, that is life, to the chrysalis, that is death, and then to the butterfly, that is revival and flight of the spirits.
You like the flying element now that I noticed, because you got this one. This is a dragonfly, right?
This is a dragonfly.
Yeah, and then behind you we got some books flying.
So we have a butterfly, the dragonfly, and a bird.
Yeah, so you love the flight.
We have this, yes, because it's a symbol.
Yeah. What does the dragonfly symbolize?
Well, it's about overcoming a mundane of everyday life. I mean, even though the wheels is a symbol of exploring the earth, let's say, because that piece is called Route 66.
Yeah.
And it's actually
famous.
The bottom is the base is molded from the real Route 66.
Oh, wow.
Well, as we know, that was romanticized by John Steinbeck back then, the Route 66 there. It's the wheels is a way to get to explore the Wild West, while it's going on those wheels all the way to the Grand Canyon. It can fly over the Grand Canyon on those wings. And the wings is a symbol of overcoming the everyday mundane and reaching the new heights.
I love that. Is this one made out of bronze too?
This is also a bronze. It has many parts to it. We have a large one that has 88 pieces actually welded together.
Oh my gosh.
Separately cast.
Wow. We'll throw up a photo of that one on the screen. That's impressive. 88 pieces.
88 pieces, all cast separately and welded together. Yes.
That one it took months to make, right?
Oh, yes. It's a foundry that makes them, but we have to create each part separately and create a model of each of those parts.
Was that the most time you've spent on one single piece?
I'm doing compilation pieces, the paintings, where I put a lot of different ideas together, and especially from the paintings that has been done before. And in order for me to make it work in a new story and connect them together and organically coexist, that takes a long time. Sometimes such work may take up to 3 months.
Wow. You need a lot of patience as an artist.
But parallel to that, I'm completing other small pieces too.
Yeah. So you're still working harder than ever right now?
So I usually work on several pieces.
Yeah. That's cool.
And I do have help, of course, because it's impossible for the artist himself to do all the molding, let's say.
Right.
So I have people that are working for me, that are helping to do sculptures, let's say.
Yeah.
Or other objects of art or jewelry.
What about the piece behind you? What's the story with that one?
The Diary of Discoveries, yes. So the book is a symbol in our life, a huge symbol. I'm not sure about new generation, but in old generation, podcast. I'm feeling myself almost an old guy in that sense. For the other generations, the book was symbol of many things. It's a diary of our life. It's maps that we travel through. It is. We have a saying, the metaphorical saying. We are turning the page of the history, or we're turning the page in exploration of cosmos. So we're literally using that metaphor to illustrate the image of book. Right? So it comes to us through the image of the book. And so we are, the book gives us the wings to fly. It inspires us. It's a source of inspiration.
Yeah.
And here, the bird is a symbol, universal symbol of free-flying spirit, is taken off and turning into a bird somewhere around the horizon, which I call a point of revelation. It's a point when we realize that we're not only material being, but also a spiritual. And we have wings.
Yeah, I love that. I believe we are spiritual beings as well.
Yeah.
I love that you incorporate that aspect into your art. That's really cool.
And the curtain symbolizes implying on a sail that takes us out on the journey of life, on that flight of life.
Yeah, you've been making art for a long time.
Yeah, this image was very popular. We already have a second edition on that, and has been popular throughout the internet. Even there was a musician, Snowy White. I don't know. He used to play for Roger Waters.
Okay.
And Pink Floyd.
Heard of them, yeah.
And he used it as well on his.
Oh, the album cover. Wow, is this a CD?
Yeah.
I haven't seen a CD in so long. Nice. Beautiful. Snowy White.
Yep.
Well done.
So it's a most. It's a piece that has been in demand the most.
Yeah. That's your top seller right now?
I would say yes.
Nice. Are these at the art gallery? Are people able to buy these?
Yes, it's in the gallery.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I want to stop by.
A gallery here. And all our galleries, we have 5.
Wow, 5 now. Where are they located?
One of them here in Caesar's Palace in the Forum Shops. The other one is in Maui, Hawaii, as a replacement to the one that burned in Lahaina.
You've had a store burned up?
Which we had it for 23 years almost.
Wow.
Since 2001. Then the gallery in Laguna Beach that was open in 2005. Laguna Beach, California. Then we have Miami Beach Gallery, South Beach, Lincoln Road. And we have a gallery that's recently opened is in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Nice. Miami. I'll be there for Art Basel this year. Do you do big events during that?
Yeah, we did Art Miami.
Nice.
We did the whole run with these shows that are done by the same people, basically. But I don't see myself doing it again because people who, since we have our own galleries, I don't think it makes a big sense.
Yeah, it is a lot of work. Yeah. What's the next step for you? Are you going to start doing digital art, or do you have your eyes on any art?
Oh, we did some partial animation of art. We recently released the whole series of lenticulars. Lenticulars is when they printed on the lenses, and they give you impression of the 3D and even some movement in them. And that hasn't been on the market.
The Tri-Light from Therasage is no joke. Medical grade red and near infrared light with 3 frequencies per light, deep healing, real results, and totally portable. It's legit. Photo biomodulation tech in a flexible on-body panel. This is the Tri-Light from Therasage, and it's next level red light therapy. It's got 118 high-powered polychromatic lights, each delivering 3 healing frequencies, red and near infrared, from 580 to 980 nanometers. It's sleek, portable, and honestly, I don't go anywhere without it.
In art industry, very well developed yet. You can see it in Art Miami sometimes, things like that. But they mostly even not printed in the United States. They have to be imported from somewhere, those lenses. And we print them actually lately in Russia.
Okay. Wow.
And we bring them here. And we are kind of establishing a market for them right now.
Yeah. Is art big?
Of course, yes.
Go ahead.
Of course, it requires the whole involvement of the graphic designer to make it happen, but under my supervision, of course.
Yeah. The art scene in Russia, what's that like over there?
It's almost nothing, especially with the war. It's actually came down and many galleries has closed.
Dang.
Because since there's no market, the art over there has been sold to mostly a Forbes list of Russia. And I'm dealing with a jewelry factory that is in Bangkok, next to Tiffany's factories and Pandora's factories. But they have closed their location, their gallery in Moscow, after the war has started, Ukrainian war.
Yeah.
Because most of the people that were their clients, they moved out.
Wow. Dang. I wonder what other countries are going to be the next market for art. Do you have your eyes on any specific regions?
I would say that art market for the things that we do are the English-speaking countries.
English-speaking?
English-speaking. I would say the whole set of Great Britain, Australia are the ones that would be where we tested the market. And in Australia, I have done a couple of shows.
Nice.
With other galleries, and they all were successful, almost the same way how it is in the United States.
Do you ever
Canada?
Yeah. Do you ever collaborate with other artists, or you just do?
I used to exhibit other artists in my galleries before, but at a certain point, about almost 15 years ago, there was a request, even from our consultants, to focus on specifically just my art. And we became a mono gallery.
Mono gallery. Those are rare, right?
Mono gallery, it's rare. It's absolutely rare because it's hard to find in the art industry any examples of the artist that owns his own galleries and sustains them.
Right. I feel like the art industry is one of the hardest industries to make a living in.
It is hard because the community, the art market is not as huge as like book market or
podcast.
Podcast or things like that. Yeah, so it's a limited amount of people.
Very few.
That's why art industry is very tight, very competitive.
Yeah. And talent isn't enough in the art industry. You need the right team, the right marketing.
You need the right team. You need there we come to that question of American dream.
Right.
What is it? I just wanted to point out, like, what is American dream in comparison to Russian dream? In Russia, for instance, where I grew up, of course, I went to schools. In all the fairy tales, there's a character that becomes rich overnight. So it's just sheer luck,
Yeah.
Somebody is telling the person, like, okay, don't worry about anything. Just go to bed. In the morning, you will be rich and famous and successful.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And I don't know if it's in the blood, but this is how people get rich over there.
Really?
It's not through hard work and talent. So I never was into that too much. So for me, immigrating to United States was always, was a value.
Right.
So because I knew that what American dream is when people are with talent, they will be reaching, they will be rewarded in accordance to their talent and hard work. And it's not only limited to even material well-being, but also to reaching out to the dreams.
Yeah, absolutely. Was your family?
Who they are.
Yeah. Was your family artistic? Your parents?
Yes, I grew up in a family that had artistic values. My father brought me up, and I was sitting on his lap since I was 3 years old and finishing little drawings that he sketched for me.
Wow, at 3 years old.
Yes, I started to be a little bit different at that age already, and since then, it runs in my father's side of my family. I guess it's a little bit genetic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
My grandmother has been an artist, but she never became a professional artist because in old times Russia, that was not popular for the woman to be an artist.
Wow.
Pursue the career in that sense.
Yeah, they don't work over there, right?
Yes, and but since then, everyone was on my father's side has been drawing and inclined to art, poetry, literature. Even though my father was a specialist on differential equations, part of his work was in station mirror, that was hanging out in space.
Oh, yeah?
There for a while, and then he worked for space technologies in Russia.
Nice.
But always inclined to poetry, to metaphors, and that's how it started.
Who were your early inspirations when it came to poetry and art when you first started out?
My inspirations were the artists that were showing in Russia who were called avant-garde underground art. So there were big lines to see them, and my father would take me there, and we will see the paintings that were painted by the artists that had more access maybe to see the Western art. So like, let's say, Salvador Dali or Magritte, René Magritte, or other artists.
Nice.
Like that from the modern times. But also I grew up around museums. We had museums in Russia, and we had some classical art up to Impressionists. And that also had a big impact on me because I studied art since I was 7.
Wow.
I had art history lessons every week.
Wow.
In art school. So we learned art from the ancient Egypt, or from the ancient times, even before Egypt, and going up to almost modern times. But modern art was not accessible still. It was a Soviet Union, and it was closed. And the Soviet propaganda has never propagated. Soviet propaganda never propagated people like Dali or Magritte, surrealists.
Interesting. Even to this day, it's still like that over there?
No, it's wide open.
Oh, okay.
It's wide open for that because there's internet and total access to everything. But
yeah, that makes sense. Ancient art. I want to see what that looks like.
Actually, I would say cliff art,
Yeah, the caveman thing.
We cave art, yes.
Yeah.
We even studied that, to begin with.
How did they do it? Like they need extreme heat, right, to paint in the cave walls? It's really, really hard rock.
Yeah, they used other rocks to.
Other rocks?
Some
Interesting.
And scratched on it.
Wow. I wonder if that stuff is worth any money these days.
But yeah, and later on, of course, Renaissance art was studied very thoroughly.
Did your art take off right away when you started selling it?
No, is some scientists discovered that it takes about 10 years of perseverance and knocking in the wall in one place before you'll see the results. And therefore, I would say that the whole 90s, that's what it took me to get to a different level business-wise.
That's a long time.
I came to U.S., officially immigrated in 1990.
1990.
And since then, I started to do that work that led me to metaphorical realism. Somewhere on the edge of 1998. And this is when, while I found that metaphorical realism, that's a formula for me, that is when it took off.
That is what these are, metaphorical realism?
Yes, this style is called metaphorical realism.
So you were one of the first pioneers of that style.
I would say, yes. Salvador Dali experimented with this in the early stage of his life, but he's never pursued that. So he was a classical surrealist. So there's a big difference between surrealism, which deals with distortion or illustrating Freudian dreams, I would say.
Yeah.
And metaphorical realism, which is mostly positive side of visionary art like that. Positive side, because we deal with metaphors. I do not distort art, but find a connection between ideas. As Aristotle once said, what is metaphor? He defined it in the most transparent way. He said, metaphor is intuitive perception in the things that are different. Likeness. Intuitive perception of likeness in the things that are different.
Wow.
Therefore, I'm looking for interplay of ideas, of different ideas, and connecting them, which resonates with people greatly because they also grew up on fairy tales. And there's I think it's a big demand in the society for this type of art because people, when they grow up, they forget about their dreams.
Right.
They go into the life of facts. They think they're surrounded by facts. But as that famous dramatist Henry Miller has put it, he said that people think they're surrounded by facts while in the reality they're walking through the forest of symbols. And I would add, through metaphors.
Wow.
Metaphors exist primarily, what people think, in a world of linguistics. We use metaphors in everyday life. Even that simple metaphor, time is money, it's already a metaphor in linguistic. But since a visual impact on people is more powerful than words, a visual metaphor has even more impact. So I consider myself as inventing, as the one who exploring visual metaphor.
Yeah.
And what it does to people.
Wow. The power of a metaphor. Yeah. It can really make you think, a good metaphor, right?
Yes. Because people recognize their own thinking. When they walk into the gallery, they usually, the first impression is like, it feels like I have seen it before. Maybe in my dreams, but I just could not realize them.
Yeah.
I could not just express them. And now I see it right here on canvas in front of me.
Wow. I love that.
And that's what triggers, why our client base.
Yeah. Who's your client base? Is it a lot of older guys?
Some older, some, but we have younger audience as well.
Yeah. These days you need that, right? Because our generation, I wonder if we collect art as much as our parents. Probably not, right?
No.
The millennials.
There's a trend going on like in Western art. Let's say, the people, the older generation, they collected Western art, but now their kids are collecting different art.
Right.
That's what they like.
Yeah, we're
It's a type of
collecting
art.
we're collecting anime and NFTs and weird art. Yeah, I like art though. I'm also a businessman, so a lot of art is good for appreciation too, you know. So when I collect art, it also holds its value well, which I like. But I mainly collect things I like. The symbolism is important to me. If it means something.
Absolutely. That's what people are buying metaphorical realism for.
Yeah.
They're not buying it just to decorate their walls.
Mm-hmm.
Interior designers are rare.
They're going
in our
after
market.
now. We got AI.
Our paintings or sculptures, they're jumping off. They're just jumping on you. They are like a new family member, I would say.
Yeah, this would take over.
That's why they're not popular with interior designers, because then for interior designers, they're looking for just a bright spot on the wall that's matching the furniture.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And if there's a meaning and a message, that's contradicting their purpose.
Mm. Yeah, something like this or the statue here would take over the whole room. You put it in there.
Yeah, it will be a focal point.
Yeah. Exactly. As soon as someone walks in, they're going to be like, what is that?
It's a point of conversation too. That's why people like it, because their neighbors and friends are seeing it, and it's a point of conversation.
Absolutely. If you could meet any artist and talk to any artist, dead or alive, who would it be? Would it be Dali?
Dali was very special in a way, so for communication as a person. So it would be hard to talk to him.
Oh, yeah. He couldn't talk?
But definitely a genius.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, a lot of artists are like that, right? They're super smart and they can't articulate through words as well as their paintings and their art.
Yeah, it's common how in our industry, the shows are done.
Mm-hmm.
Because artists are usually in a little place there. They're limited, by to meet only the collectors.
Mm.
The collectors that bought, they're coming, just shaking their hands, and they're taking pictures, and that's it. We started to do the shows. Mostly it's done in our gallery in Laguna Beach in California.
Mm-hmm.
And those shows used to be even full production. But full production means that with the stage and video presentation and the speech.
Mm. Wow.
So I talk to the people that are coming in, the RSVPs. Sometimes we have up to 300 people, 200 to 300 people standing there and listening to the speech. And I am presenting the new art and telling the stories about creating it and where it comes from. Mythology that is related to this, poetry and world culture that it's connected to.
Wow. So you're very inclusive. You have like a community.
Yes. I mean, we have quite a client base that are very loyal to us.
That's cool.
There will be, if I'm doing those shows 2-3 times a year, there will be a big crowd.
Wow.
As usually.
What's the next show? What's the next thing you're working on right now?
Just past weekend, we did that show in Laguna Beach. It's a 2-day show, Saturday and Sunday.
Got it.
We did present the new paintings, new sculptures, and one of those sculptures is right here, Butterfly Apple.
Nice. You got a website too for people watching to check out?
Yes, absolutely. It's kushfineart.com.
Amazing. We'll link it below. Anything else you want to close off with? Thanks for coming today.
I would say that when you were asking about the generations that are reacting to it, I would say that the younger generation, especially kids, are very susceptible to this art. They are reacting to this very vividly because their brain is still has a much wider bridge between the emotional and intuitive side, and therefore they have a much wider, much more open and free imagination. And therefore, when they absorb those ideas, they are capable of reproducing them because they have no limitations. They're capable of reproducing them themselves, and they start drawing and coming up with more ideas. this was a base for the contest that I once did in Las Vegas with School District of Nevada, when we had a contest. And I presented the work online, which is called Where the Sun Goes. And I gave that theme to the kids. And they distributed it through the school system. And we had a lot of submissions, all different kinds. And we reserved the space in the gallery for all the winners. It was, those works were remarkable.
Wow.
Quite remarkable. And I invited the kids to come over to the gallery and, like for them to be hanging, to have their artwork hanging in the gallery, in art gallery. That is something that had never happened to them.
I love it.
So we had some gifts for those kids. Unfortunately, it didn't continue because of the
pandemic
that is not supporting arts, of course.
Yeah.
But I would say that one of the greatest quotes regarding imagination is coming from Albert Einstein. He said, "Imagination is more powerful than the knowledge, because imagination has no limits, while the knowledge has some limitations."
I love that. That's a great quote. We'll end with that. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Check out the galleries, guys. Check out the website. I'll see you next time. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the show a lot with the algorithm. Thank you.